Oh, wait. No, maybe it's Dana. It might actually be Dana. It doesn't really matter. But I thought that was it was kind of like just a little side plot that you could check out. And like Zach was the main jock and he was kind of just like, I don't give a shit, I'm banging everybody. And it was kind of funny.
Fully, I completely missed these interactions.
There's a whole lot going on. And like even...
Because there was the one where one of the girls locks her friend in a room because she thinks she's sleeping with...
That's the start of it.
Yeah,
That's the
I
start
thought it was. So was it the girl who locked the other girl in the room or the girl in the room?
I think it all turns out that it never actually happened. It was just a misunderstanding. And actually Victoria...
Well, no, I understand that, but which one got pregnant?
I believe it's Juliet.
No, but I'm saying, was the girl who was locked in the room or locked the chick in the room?
I don't have that information here.
But I was just thinking, because you played it and you'd know which one got
Full
pregnant.
disclosure, I played it 2 months ago. Govinda played it last week.
2 months ago.
Yeah, that.
I think you pushed
January? I played it in January.
Late January. I'll give you 1 month. No more. No less.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. Like the nice little side plots going on. What did you think about Mr. Jefferson?
What do you mean? That's a very vague. Like, what do you...
Give me your thoughts on him as a character.
I think he was okay as a character. I didn't 100% believe his motivation in the end.
That he just wanted to...
That he wanted to be a true artist or whatever. Like, I don't know. That seemed thin to me when it happened. And they really were pretty careful with the implications of what he was doing.
Govinda wanted there to be rape involved.
I didn't say I wanted there to... Oh, I kind of did. I just think that they were pulling punches.
I was saying, like, not all psychos are necessarily rapists.
No, I get this. But it was just... It seems like it's almost like... It felt like that's almost what they wanted to do, and then at the last minute changed their mind.
I see what you mean. Like, the way...
Because they made it very clear that no one was sexually assaulted.
Yes.
They made sure you knew. They didn't even leave it up to, like...
Yeah, that was like the
line. Implication, or like...
Especially, like, the way these girls were photographed, it was pretty, like, gross. So I think they were
and they're, like, still tied up, they're drugged, I don't know, like...
Yeah, the whole thing was pretty shifty.
Like, a quick spoiler alert for The Last of Us if you haven't played it. Shut up, don't listen for a second. But the way they did Ellie's implied...
Yes.
Near rape.
Yep.
Like, they left it up to you to kind of decide what the Richard's intentions were.
Yeah, and it's always, like,
Whereas here they were like, no, we did tests, no one was touched.
Yeah.
No one was touched.
I kind of like... It's interesting, too, because this is not the game to pull punches. This game deals with suicide.
Well, that's what I mean. There was so much going on, and then this one thing, it seemed like they were like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
You could have left it up to the audience to interpret what actually was going on, but I don't know. They did what they did.
I would make this argument, and it might be reaching, but I would say that maybe, like I said, not all psychos are necessarily, like, into sex. The fact that Victoria is trying to, like, flirt with him and, like, use that to gain an advantage, he's not interested in that at all. Maybe that shows that he's just not sexually... That's not part of it for him.
Yeah, that's fair. I felt like they were really pushing the fact that nothing had happened on you, when they really could have just not said anything, and you couldn't imply what you imply. And
the fact that he's drugging young women and killing them is pretty bad anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, the Jefferson was alright. I think I guess he's a better character when you figure out he's the bad guy.
Yeah, because he's pretty broad.
Because he's kind of just a bit of a nothing.
Yeah.
A nothing dude at the beginning. But then some of the things he was doing at the beginning make a bit more sense.
Do you know, I was talking to a friend, I can't actually confirm or deny this. You know the competition he's talking about?
Yep.
Can you actually enter a picture in that? Because he would always say you still haven't entered one, like...
I don't think so.
Well, see, because
they use that as a
plot point.
A device that you need, like, eventually you're like, we have to go back. And the only way to do what we need to do is I need to enter my photo.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
So you do enter your photo, but, like, you can't do it from the get-go because then that would change the course of the game.
I thought it might be like, you know how there's that, I think it's the science teacher and she needs names for a petition.
Did you sign it?
I didn't.
Neither
and she
did I.
failed it. But by one.
Yeah.
Like she needed that one vote. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh god, there's a lot of little threads in there, just like cheeky little things that you would never know about.
Did you stop Warren beating up Nathan? In
Do
the
they
dorms?
fight twice? Or?
Yeah, well, they fight and you have no control over it, and then they fight again in the dorms, and Warren is just wailing on Nathan, like, has him... He's just pretty much beating the shit out of him, and then you have the choice to stop him or let him go.
I think I stopped him.
Yeah, so did I.
I think we can. I've got all the major decisions here. We can go through that. If you like.
No, let's go through some characters,
Okay.
and then we can just go through all the decisions and what we did and whatnot.
So
Jefferson, God, don't you hate Victoria?
I actually kind of liked Victoria.
Why?
I don't know. I kind of
Like, I don't know what part of her was redeemable.
I don't.
And it's even like you go into the alternate reality when Chloe's a cripple and Victoria's your friend and you're part of the Vortex Club and stuff.
That's pretty crazy.
And she's actually a nice person.
I love like that cold open where you're just like sitting there and they're all just like on the grass talking to each other. And you're like, this is fucking weird.
But like, she's actually a nice person, and I think Max even refers to it later and is like, I know you're a good person. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she's referring to an alternate reality.
Yeah, like in which she might possibly. All right.
Well, fucking bitch.
If we're gonna do it, we'll run through them. So we've sort of touched on Max.
So real quick, did she die in the end? It was the timelines get so screwy towards the end.
I saved her. It's possible that she can die. I saved her though, because I'd warned her, and I'd always actually.
Well, I warned her too, but when I got and she believed me.
Yeah, I think it really adds up. There's all these different moments, like with the paint. If you rub that in, like that saves. Like this is a game where those things actually do.
Yeah,
matter.
no, I get that, but I was nice to her about the paint. Like I was a bitch, and then I reversed it and was.
I think there's like at least 3 moments.
But
I can't remember the third.
She believed my warning.
Yep.
And then
she
was
didn't
just,
believe me.
And then she was just with me in the room.
Yeah, I think she might get caught no matter what happens. Oh.
And then there was a point, like, after just screwing around with timelines where you end up back in the room and you look for her and he's like, no, she's gone.
Yeah, like he's killed her already? Or?
Fuck.
No, I definitely managed to save her. So real quickly, we sort of touched on Max. I like Max. I think she was pretty good as like a player character.
Overall, it's like she was alright. Just some of the dialogue was...
It's very forced.
Just too, like... when you first told me about this game, you were like, oh, it's kind of like Juno, but a game. And then I replied, but I hate Juno.
I actually said it was Juno meets the Butterfly Effect, which is pretty fucking apt. I think you're...
Oh, that's very apt. Butterfly Effect, on the other hand, I love that movie. It's fucking the best.
Did you ever see the alternate ending to that?
Which one? There's a few.
I think, there's the one where he goes back. Spoilers for The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher.
Great movie. You haven't seen it.
He goes back to his inception and kills himself.
Well, he goes back to himself in utero.
Yeah. And then
So
kills himself somehow.
Not Inception, Conception.
Whatever.
Inception's a movie with Academy Award winning Leonardo DiCaprio.
Congrats, Leo.
No, wait, real quick, just for the Butterfly Effect. There's 3 endings. One's where he goes and kills himself in utero.
Yep.
The second one's where he sees that girl from his childhood in the street, and he just keeps walking.
Yeah, that's.
And there's another one where he sees her in the street, but turns around and goes like, you don't know what happens, but he follows her, like as if he's going to go and try and talk to her.
Interesting. Okay, so we've touched on Max. Chloe.
Ugh.
See, I secretly love Chloe.
I know you would.
Chloe's a badass, all right, guys. She's the kind of girl that every man dreams of. You know what? You just don't understand Chloe, and that's your problem. All right, I get her. I'm kind of punk rock. I kind of know what's up.
No, maybe I'm just not as angsty enough to like relate, but she annoyed me more than most characters. Like I thought Warren was a fucking dude.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Warren.
Warren is a dude. I liked like, even though Victoria was a bitch, it was a good bitch. Like
we're gonna run through all of them.
No,
specifically
just chill.
Chloe.
I'm getting to it. But Chloe, I couldn't for a lot of it, and that's why at the end of the game, I let her die.
See, I think you had to let her die.
No, you had a choice.
Well, the other ending wasn't as satisfying. I've tried them both. I like to think that they went off and had hella boss adventures together. But unfortunately, I think, the ending with, like we were saying, Spanish Sahara, it's sad. I fucking cried.
What a song.
I'm a man. I'll admit it. I wept.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something I didn't... I didn't mesh with Chloe. So then when it came to this climax where she's like, I need to go, I was like, okay. Like, sweet.
How about when she was just getting baked up in her bed?
Like, I think
what did you do
Chloe, when she was a cripple, I liked a lot more. No, not because she was crippled, but I just think the way that she developed as a human
I don't think
after she was in an accident.
I don't think that's actually the PC term.
Cripple?
Yeah, I think it's actually disabled.
No, at that point she's pretty crippled. She's a quadriplegic. I don't...
What about when she's smoking that hooch up in her room? Did you stay in the closet?
Well, at first I couldn't get in the closet because I didn't realize I had to move the lamp.
Oh, yeah.
So there was... but I ended up figuring out, like, just rewinding time, and I got into the closet.
You still... some would say you actually never got out of the closet, Govinda.
It's really insensitive, actually. I think,
I actually think Montana's a beard of sorts.
Well, I just don't think that's really necessary right now. Putting me on blast.
All right. Do you want to move on from Chloe? I thought we just
No,
run
I don't
through...
want to because I'm so sick of her shit. Like,
She's great.
I also was like, just she's a bit of a bitch. Like,
She
she won't let you live down that you kind of abandoned her for a little bit, and then she rubs in your face like how close she was with Rachel Amber.
She does that a lot.
Like how she pretty much is there being like, she's better than you.
I've got to, like, just as a quick aside, I've got to say I very quickly adapted to being a teenage girl, and I somewhat reveled in it. Like, all these politics that were going on was so different to my own experience growing up.
And she was just kind of like a peer pressury bitch.
Oh, yeah. She was, like, trying to fuck you up. Oh, you know what was super awkward? How about when they, like, turn on the music in her bedroom and they're, like, moshing? That was pretty rough to watch, actually.
Yeah, a few of the points. Again, I was never a teenage girl, so it's hard to know if this is true to life. It might be.
I mean, we never made out in my bedroom, but Chloe
Not
and
in your
Max-
bedroom.
Chloe and Max sure certainly did. Okay.
Nope, not done. I don't know, something about it. I just didn't like her, and she was a bit. I found her abrasive.
I want you to revisit our Twitter account. That's _PS podcast. Tweet at us your own thoughts about this game, of course. But when I was playing it, I just tweeted this out of context picture of Chloe and Max together, and I didn't even know there was like a sort of lesbian option at the time. But it's so funny. You should check it out.
When did you do this?
Whenever I was playing it,
Ah.
I just it's quite funny.
Okay, we can move on. But just for the record, I think Chloe was annoying.
I think Chloe was a hella boss. Moving on.
No, she wasn't.
Kate Marsh.
Kate Marsh, you just felt bad for her.
She was sort of a cliche, like the Christian, raised in a pure household.
This whole game is full of stereotype characters.
I think they do escape it eventually, but initially they are that. Like, Kate got more interesting.
She got more interesting, but it's not that she escaped it. She was still that character, but she just got drugged and partied.
That was pretty heavy. That whole, like, cyberbullying
something
thing.
I didn't understand is, why did Kate survive? Like, the abduction and drugging and stuff. Was that because that was Nathan doing it and not Jefferson?
Yeah, no, I think that's how it started. Like, Nathan went off the fucking plan and, like, tried to get her on his own.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
This is kind of what I was gathering. I was a bit foggy on, because I was like, Jefferson kills them. So but no, now that I think about it, because Rachel Amber was Nathan's as well.
Yes.
Because Jefferson loved her and didn't want her to die.
Yeah, he thought she was, like, perfect.
But then why did Kate survive? I'm still baffled by it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Like, why was she left alive? If someone knows, again, please tweet at me and let me know, because I'm foggy.
If you remember, though, it's pretty heavily implied that Nathan actually did date rape her.
That one is more heavily implied, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
But again, they kind of make Nathan out to be like a misunderstood dude at the end, so I don't know if that holds up.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The whole scene, we both didn't manage to keep her alive.
No, I said something, and then I really wish I remember what I said to her, but she ended up just jumping.
I believe the divergent points are So there's her and David. You can either take the picture of her
Yeah.
when she's having the argument with David,